Today, we're gonna draw arguably the greatest cartoon character of all time.
Oh boy, do you mean?
That's right. I'm talking about Mickey Mouse.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, yes! Sorry, I might be a little too excited for this one.
That's all right, Mr. Ice Cream. I love your enthusiasm.
Before we get started, the only materials you need for this project are paper, a pencil, a black marker, and something to color with.
So let's get started. So we're gonna start the way that we always do, with a pencil, and just kind of lightly outline our overall shape of our character so we make sure he fits on the page right. So we're gonna start with a light circle right about here. And we always, the way I always draw Mickey Mouse, his ears always go right off the page. So we're gonna do a bigger circle and two other circles right there, and then just kind of like a little triangle that goes out this way. Another two little triangles on this side, two little triangles on that side. Just a shape like this. So once we have this basic shape, now we can start carving out our details. And we know that everything is gonna fit on the page. So we can start by drawing right in the middle of this circle. We're gonna draw oval like that. And a little line right on top of it. And then right on top of that, we're gonna have two kind of oval shapes. And actually, this line on top of his nose kind of goes out a little farther there. So we're gonna have two oval shapes for his eyes. Two smaller ovals inside of that. And then a little circle here for the highlight. And then we can just go ahead and shade in his pupils a little bit. So we know we're gonna darken those back in when we go to our markers. Then we can add, since these highlights in his eyes are on the left side, I'm gonna add another little circle right here. We don't need to color all that in, but we know when we do, we're gonna leave this part white. So now we can start right in between his eyes, almost like put a little dot there. And then we're gonna go up and around like that. And up and around like that. So it's kind of an M shape for Mickey Mouse. And then we're gonna add a line on this side for his cheek. And these points right here are gonna wanna point right at the middle of his nose. Then we're gonna add another cheek right here. And then leaving a space here, we're gonna put a slight overlap. Just do a little dip like this. And then following the same curve of his cheek here, can do a little line both sides for the corners of his mouth. And then connect them with a nice big smile line. And then we can come down for this bottom lip right here. And then we'll add 2 little lines for his tongue right there. And then slightly overlapping this so it's not going to be exactly a circle, but almost. We're going to start from right here and go up and almost touch our M shape, but not quite. And then we can put his ears in here, which are not exactly circles, but almost. Kind of like oval shapes.
Wow, this is already starting to look like Mickey Mouse.
All right. So if you're with me so far, now right from where his mouth is here, right from where his cheeks meet the bottom lip there, I'm gonna kind of come out and around like this. And then same thing on the other side. I'm gonna go a little bit lower here. And then we can draw a line from right about here. It goes right down like that for the front of his belly there. And then right here, I'm gonna do kind of like a little, actually that continues all the way over. Let's make his belly come out a little bit more. So this line should connect to his belly there. And then when we got this kind of half circle shape, I'm gonna draw another line that curves around like that. One more little line here. And then one finger like that. And then on the other side, and then we put one little line back here. And if you want to, you can kind of make a shape like this, because since Mickey Mouse is like black, if we leave a little bit of white spaces, it can kind of show the definition. So then draw his other arm here. That. Now, a little backwards line like this. And put another loop right here, and then back comes down like that. So then this cuff on his glove is not going to connect all the way. So just draw 2 lines like this. And one big line like that. One more that overlaps, and then his pinky comes all the way down like this. And then coming out of this cuff, I'm going to do one curving line and one more. Connect that right back, and then 3 lines on the back of his glove there. And then right from this finger, I'm gonna curve right back up over towards this glove here. and then connect his back like that. And just so we don't get confused, I'll erase this line. And remember what I always say, you don't start drawing until you start erasing. So there's no such thing as mistakes. As Bob Ross always said, only happy accidents. So then we're gonna put two big oval shapes, the buttons on the front of his shorts, and make this one a little bit bigger because it's a little bit closer to us. And then right under his glove here, do a curving line like that, and then point that right back up in between his gloves here. A little curve like that. And this is gonna curve around almost like it was gonna connect to that part. And then connect right back like that. So now right where this line is, you can kind of just continue that straight down here. And then draw a little curve like that. Then right in the middle of his shorts, come down and connect over here. And then same thing here, right where his glove meets the shorts on this side. Do a line that's parallel to that one. And another one here. And connect that with a little curve. And then we can draw the tops of his shoes here. Kind of a semicircle going that way. Another one going that way. And then same thing on this side. Except that one will go all the way around. And a little line here that kind of connects them. And then this shoe is kind of in front, so starting right here, and kind of come down on a diagonal, and loop around and curve right back and connect there. Then we do a little line on top like that. And then over here, we start right about here. And do a nice curving line. And I think maybe it's a little bit big, but that's okay. All right. So now we've got our basic character here. I'm gonna add a couple little lines like this, just so I know what parts I'm gonna leave white when I color it in. And now let's go back and darken this in with some Sharpies. All right, so there's our finished black and white outline of Mickey Mouse. So now we can just erase those initial pencil lines that we did really lightly in the beginning to outline our overall shape, so we don't smudge our colored markers. Now it's time to color this in. So let's go. All right, so there's our finished drawing of Mickey Mouse. What do you think, Mr. Ice Cream?
This drawing is pure magic. It's almost better than going to Disney World because Mickey Mouse came right to my house. I can't wait to show my drawing to all my friends at school.
All right, that's a fantastic idea. Wait a second, you go to school?
Every day. In fact, I have perfect attendance.
Okay, well, it's always fun to share our favorite things with friends. So I hope the rest of you guys had fun, and we'll see you at the next art party. All right, for those of you who stayed all the way to the end, who really want to learn how to draw Mickey Mouse, there's one more finishing touch detail that we're going to do right now. We're just going to start from where his glove meets his leg right here. Draw a little S curve like that. It's a little thicker. Towards his leg. And now our Mickey Mouse is complete. See you at the next art party.
Don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to save your seat at the next art party.